That's my whole family. My husband, man, my boys, going from age order. And, you know, we got the husband, man. Then we have the Webster. Then we have the chocolate drop. Then we have the wash belly. If you are Jamaican, you fully know what the wash belly is. That's the last child. Anyway, there's been a lot of lies that we've been told our life. And I am here to break down at least 10 of them for you. If you can think of some more, let me know. And of course, if you're here, subscribe, like the video. I'm here. I'm always ready to accept any new visitors to the Wisdomteethinger channel. Welcome. The water's warm here. And let's get into our top 10. 1. The one lie that we've been told is the one. There is the one to get married to. Okay. Let me explain to you. No, there's no such thing as the one. No such thing as the one. I want to get my... There you go. No, the one. I mean, there is a person that you could get married to. There's several people, as a matter of fact. There's no one person that you just have to wait and cross your fingers and hope to God that you run into this one person, like a needle in a haystack type situation. A lot of us get anxious and panicky when it's time to get married, time to find. Oh, you're just sitting there playing high school, just wondering, where is my person? No. What you need to look for is somebody whose values lined up with yours. And honestly, if that person is committed to the relationship and you're committed to the relationship and you all have equal values and there's some level of attraction, there you have it. There's some loves that are a slow burn, that you slowly unite with each other. And there's some that, bam, instant attraction. And there's some that maybe at one point they're attracted to you and you're not attracted to them. And then at some point down the line, you're both attracted to each other. Or maybe the opposite. You're attracted to them and they're not attracted to you. And somewhere along the line, bam, you had some glow up and some blow up or something. It's not all just the one. You're going to be walking down the street and lightning just strikes you and all of a sudden you're floated away in this love boat of love boating. That's just not how it works. Don't fall for that. It will cause you lots of misery and maybe even force you to just fall into a relationship where you just feel fireworks and everything and your values don't even line up. You choose a relationship based on, do our values connect? And I'm not talking about, do you like French fries, waffle, and the other ones like waffle fries? No, that's not the values I'm talking about. Like, do you believe in God? Do you love your mama? Do you love your country? Things like that. How do you believe in raising children? I mean, I know some of those things are really deep, but there's no the one. There's a lot of people that you could potentially get married to. There really is. It is what it is. Number 2, evolution. What is that what is that foolishness? I know you're like, Dr. D Nice, you're a whole doctor, you went to medical school. How is it that you don't believe in that science? I don't believe it. This is a theory made up by a human being that was put out there that everybody decided that, oh yeah, it's right. Can I just make up a theory? As a matter of fact, I don't even have to make up a theory. We were created beings, and because we have allowed ourselves to fall for this evolution thing, then we have lowered ourselves to think that we're animals. And unfortunately, that stuff seeks into your psyche when you've been told all along that you're in a series of accidents. It affects the way humans behave. And at this point, a lot of us, we don't value human life because it's an accident. Don't underestimate the power of suggestion, the power of telling people that there are a series of accidents. You were created, and end of story. Number 3. College. This is from a person that went to college. I more than went to college. I went to college, and then more college. Yes, if you want to be a doctor, an engineer, those kind of things, yeah. I mean, that is similar to like an apprenticeship type thing where you learn the trade. And the truth of the matter is, even getting to be a doctor, those first 4 years of undergrad, I mean, yeah, some people could say that it helped you to be able to think critically and think deeply and put together complex issues, complex subjects, and make decisions about them. And I understand that. So, okay, fine. We'll give it that. I'm not going to question the process of becoming a doctor. Becoming an English teacher, no offense to English teachers, becoming a sociologist, there's so many degrees out there that truthfully, all it would take is for you to sit down and spend some time with somebody that's an expert or doing some Googling. It does not require you to get an extensive debt. And let's not forget, like every year they rewrite the textbook. They say change one word and said it's edition 300, and you must have that edition in order to take the class. Foolishness. Really look at the reasons that you're going to college. It may not be for everybody. There's trade. There's even community college. We're fine. You want to have that college degree because let's just be honest, it's one of those things that are essentially now like a rite of passage to adulthood, it seems. Think about it responsibly. Perhaps do as much as you can at your local community college. Really rethink about what is said about going to college and university. There have been many successful people that did not do that. And what it does, it allowed them to really think more outside of the box. Number 4, housewife. Yes, being a housewife is a noble thing. I know you're like, Dr. D. Nice, you're not a housewife. You went to college. I would have gladly been a housewife. I think nothing of it. It is the most important task on the planet to raise children, to show them what is right from wrong, to teach them how to love God, to love their fellow human beings, to love themselves. That is no task to be taken lightly. And unfortunately, since everybody is poo-pooing and have turned their nose down on being a housewife, and a lot of us women have fled the home in search of profession, a lot of kids that's out there running loose like feral animals. They have no guidance. And it shows. There's nobody there. They up to anything because nobody's really at home, really supervising their behavior. Being a housewife is a noble profession. It's a noble thing to do. And there ain't nothing wrong with it. Add that to your list of potential professions. And you don't need a college degree to be that either. Number 5 is easy is better. Listen, there's very few things in this life that are easy. Salvation is free. That's about it. Then God said, my yoke is easy and my burden is light, because he bears the brunt of the world's burdens for you. Other than that, there's not very many things out there that are easy that are really good for you. You trade something. You do. Your car, you get in your car and you end up not exercising. You lose that. There was a post, and I can't even find it, but there was this Jamaican guy. He was just out in the woods doing calisthenics, and he looked ripped to perfection. This is a homeless guy just out there because he's walking around. He has to lug all his stuff with him. It just is what it is. I'm not saying that you have to be homeless to be fit. That is not the point of this story. I'm just trying to tell you how some of the things, him not having a car allows him to walk around more and is more fit. I'm sure there's some other sacrifices for being homeless. That is not the point. Maybe that was not the best example. You understand what I'm saying. There are trade-offs to ease. And always remember that easy is not better. You always give up something. A lot of things are better off working hard and struggling through to fully gain the advantage of it. Number 6, sex is no big deal. Now, this rolls right in there with hold the one. Listen, okay, let me explain to you what happens. Sex is a joining of two people together. You're literally joined together, okay? You're hooked to each other. It's a big deal. It's a huge deal. What on earth, what other activity out there are you hooked to another person for minutes on end? It's crazy to think how people feel that it's not a big deal. It's a huge deal. And I really feel that, we really want to look at it in a more religious aspect, how good and how evil is really against humanity and trying to destroy humanity, it would make sense why this evil force would want to diminish what sex really represents and have you just out there just throwing it out left and right, connecting, attaching to all other people, becoming one with tons and tons of people and acting like it's nothing when it really is. Many lives are destroyed. Many psyches, mental aspects of your lives are destroyed just because we have belittled the importance of what sex is all about. It's two becoming one. You're attaching yourself to another human being, and it needs to be done cautiously. Number 7. Hard work. If you work hard, you'll get everything you need. You know what? It's not altogether wrong. Hard work is absolutely required. I mean, going through medical school, I worked hard. There's a lot of studying. There's a lot of information. There's a book this thick that you have to know all the stuff in. Many books this thick that you have to be able to know the information and be able to put it together when you see a patient in front of you. It's hard. Life is hard. There's a whole video I have about life being hard that you can, if you dig back through, there's a lot of views on that one because it resonated with people. Working hard is important, but there's another aspect that we forget, and that is the aspect of knowing people. Humans need humans. There's a huge social component to humanity, and if you forget about that and are just working hard, I promise you, you will not get to where you need to get to. You need networking attached to that. You need other human beings to put you on, you need people. You cannot just work hard your way through life and feel that that is going to allow you to be successful and get to where you need to go. No, 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 no. Include networking, include knowing the right people, include even having family members that are in an industry that can help you lift you up the ladder to where you need to be. Working hard is not everything, and it's a huge lie that we've been fed. It's important. Mind you, I'm not saying that working hard is not important. It's absolutely important. The other aspect is you must connect yourself with other people. Learn to network. Number 8, all your feelings are valid and should be acted upon. You are not a wild animal. That is so wrong. There's some feelings that you just have to suck up and move on with your life. Everybody do not need to know that you're happy. Everybody do not need to know that you're mad. Everybody does not need to know that you're angry. Keep that to yourself. Put that smile on, go to your room, and let it out. Every feeling does not need to be acted on. I know we're living in a time where people, you must express yourself in every way. That is a lie. As you grow up to be a mature human being, you must learn to manage your emotions. Yes, your emotions are kind of like your spidey signals that ding, 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 that kind of go off to alert you to to how you should feel about a certain thing. But honestly, sometimes they're wrong. Sometimes they're just dead wrong, and they go off just because of some history. Maybe you laugh when you see chickens get run over in the street because when you were young, it was something that I don't know. That's such a weird analogy. I'm sorry. But you know what I'm saying. There are things that you laugh about that is just about in your family. It may be even like even a doctor. There are things that just don't even faze me because I've seen loss or death so much that I just don't get fazed as much by it. And where another person just starts weeping and crying. Now, do I invalidate how other people's feels? Do I start laughing at them just because in my heart I don't feel anything? No. Is that the right example too? No, it isn't. I'm trying to listen. It is what it is. Sometimes you just can't think of one on the fly. But let me know in the comment section below. Every single feeling does not need to be validated. When you're angry, you don't need to be punching a wall. You need to figure out how to manage that energy, or stop and say, why am I upset? What am I going to do about it? Every single feeling that you have does not need to be acted upon. You're not an animal. You're not feral. Humans know how to manage their emotions and behave accordingly. Number 9. Another lie that we've been told is there is no God. And, let's just be honest. That one is probably the one that has caused the most damage here in society. There's no creator. You're an accident. There's no one that is in charge of this whole thing. We're just a happy accident or unhappy accident. But the thing is, ends up being some sort of cognitive dissonance when that is truly what you believe. Because deep in your heart, you feel something different. But you're telling yourself that there is no God. Those things are battling at odds inside of you, and it makes you unhappy. It makes you depressed. It makes you anxious. It makes you angry. There is a God. And the moment you accept that and let that line up with what the things that you're feeling inside, the better off you'll be. Your life will fall into place in ways that you would not understand, because that is the key that have been missing your entire life. You watch movies, there's good and there's evil. all movies have a good guy and a bad guy. It just is, because we know it's inside of us. It's like in here, no matter where you are, no matter what culture you go to, no matter the remotest parts of the world, fall under the principle of good and evil. Everyone knows that. And the good is God. And the moment you choose to accept that, the better off your life would be. It's a whole lie that there is no God. There is a God. And he's loving and caring and waiting for you to admit that he is there. Number 10, your truth. Your truth is nothing. Do you understand me? It's the truth. Your truth is subjective. It's just how you feel at the time. Going back to the whole emotional thing. Your truth moves and flows with the water, blows and flies around with the wind. Your truth is purely subjective. Your truth is not that other person's truth, is not that other person's truth, is not that other person's truth. And how can we have a society where everybody is just playing by their own rules? It's pure anarchy. It's pure confusion. There is a set of rules that we all should live by. And dare I say the Bible? Dare I say the commandments? Yes, I dare say it, because it is what it is. And those things is, once again, it's written in us. There's cognitive dissonance when we go against it. That's why a lot of us are so unhappy, because we're bent set on denying the truth of God and the truth of him, his existence, the truth of his laws that are engraved in our heart that will help us live our best lives. Those are the 10 lies that I feel that we've been told. There's tons more, I'm sure. Let me know in the comments section below. And that's it. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you all for tuning in. Appreciate you.